You made over 400K, something like that, with AI content.
This video made like with 5 million views over $80,000 in revenue. This is unheard of. I have like discovered kind of a new style, as you already mentioned. Whole different story from organic. It's a whole different story from what you're used to. The videos make 10 to 20K per million. So like you will make a shit ton of money.
People are still sleeping on it. Bro, tell your story. You've been in the program for a while. Now you're a coach as well. And you had like a crazy journey for the last few years. Maybe you can start from the beginning, walk everything through, and then also talk about the AI stuff you're doing, because it's just wild.
I pretty much started out with dropshipping in 2022, like 3 years ago, but like without the coaching, made I think 130K or something, fucked it all up with refunds, went into debt. I think I got like $19,000 debt at like 18 years old, which was like kind of like a lot of pressure in general, of course, and my parents weren't very happy about it. And then actually it sounds crazy, but literally at the point when I joined the mentorship, things turned around for me like right after that. Pretty much I got into organic like relatively early, was like one of the first students of Jacob, I think like probably first 50 students, and had this very successful dropshipping account, Aquasand, at the start, which just got like crazy views, which was like really outstanding. And after that, it just kind of went up right after that, like in the next like 1 or 2 months, I would say. Made a lot of like successful ads, created an agency, scaled that agency up to like 10K, 15K a month or something, somewhere there usually. Made a lot of ad creatives, didn't really do that much dropshipping at the time, then went back to dropshipping, and then did organic for a while. And now for 8 months, I decided to stop organic, actually, just because I have like discovered kind of a new style where I just see a lot of potential, like as you already mentioned, AI content. And that's what I've been doing for the last 8-9 months. And that's just been actually probably like one of the best decisions I've made, like to run that up. Like,
you're one of the early guys to actually take AI super serious. Like, walk me through what you actually do with AI and what that means, like what specifically you're talking about.
So what we are mainly doing is we're selling only in the supplement niche, like exclusively only the supplement niche, because that's just what has been working the best on AI in the past. Okay. And there we basically work with AI avatars to create videos to kind of like promote the supplements. And we do that on TikTok Shop, and as well also just on their normal like Shopify stores. Mostly been working with like AI avatars to promote the supplements, and that's kind of what's been working well for us so far.
What are the main tricks you kind of use to get that to work really well? Maybe you can show a few videos which can reveal, and then we can break down what's good about them.
So one of the videos, or how they're kind of structured, is usually there are two styles of videos. This one is kind of like you're telling a story at the beginning. Oh, I've been a foreigner in Japan, and those are like the things that you want to avoid. And that's basically done by like an AI avatar. We use apps like HeyGen, ArcAds, there are like multiple apps that you can use. I personally think ArcAds is really good, and that's what we've mostly used for them. And the storyline is always kind of like, they shouldn't feel like they're getting sold on at the beginning. It's kind of like, you're telling them a story of how you've been to a certain country, just not even talking about the supplement or the product at all. It's not like organic where you just like hold them the product into their face quite often directly. It's more like you want to make it feel like an organic storytelling video.
Let me save you from some major embarrassment if you ever visit. First up, eating with a fork. Just don't. Using a fork instead of chopsticks is seen as lazy and even disrespectful in Japan. Try it and you might get some serious side eye. Or worse, be asked to leave. Next, being loud on public transport. Trains here are like sacred quiet zones. Even if you're on a call, you'll catch plenty of annoyed looks. And trust me, nobody's going to say anything. They'll just silently curse you out. Avoid sushi restaurants with pictures all over the menu. They're total tourist traps. Smooth, they look decadent.
And it goes so on and so on. Just like, what is not really like allowed or not common in Japan.
The craziest part about Japan is people here don't seem to age. Women in their 50s and 60s have skin so smooth they look decades younger. At first, I thought it was just good genetics or expensive skincare until a dermatologist told me the real reason. The secret to Japanese youthful complexion is taking daily moringa supplements. This not only protects their skin and hair, but provides 100 times more nutrients than Western vitamins.
So as you can see, first of all, we have that part to get them into the video, to make them curious, to like not make them feel sold on. And after that, we like bring in the supplement as like, oh, people in Japan don't age, and that the supplement is the reason why they don't age. And then you go more into like, communicating the value of the product. Why is it good? It has this and that more nutrients. That's kind of how the videos are built. So it's a whole different story from organic. It's a whole different story from what you're used to. The structure is very different. And then in the end, you often have like a very strong, also very different from organic. You have a very strong CTA, just you're selling really heavily on the product.
And that moringa is packed with antioxidants like vitamin C, vitamin E, and flavonoids, which helps combat the acceleration of wrinkles. But if you're going to try this, make sure it's 100% organic. There are a bunch of cheap counterfeit products online, so be warned. That's why my dermatologist recommended this one from Rosabella. He calls it the miracle tree of the East. Just don't make the mistake I did and pay $70 a bottle for it here in Japan. You can actually get the exact same one.
So you're literally just like talking bad about the competition, selling strong, and then.
Very smart. Like one main thing which I was always like kind of confused about in the beginning was that the hooks are not really targeted to the niche. Like the hooks are not that connected. If you go back to the very beginning, usually like on Facebook and organic, whenever we were having winning ads, it was always the first few seconds was talking to one specific niche directly. But here, this is obviously a very, like, this is not connected to skincare at all. So how do you explain like this still working on TikTok Shop? Because it's obviously a very different thing.
Yeah. So there are two ways to go about this. This is just way A, I would say. This is just like, you get who are the people that are actually going to sharing it in the end and they're going to engage with it. They're usually going to be engaging with it because of the ending part, because of the actual product. And that's why it still reaches the same niche, I would say. I would say this is like 30% of all videos that start like that. And like 70% do start actually with like a hook that targets the right niche.
When the first times we started seeing these kind of videos, which were like very different from organic, it reminded me of Facebook stuff in a way, because these longer video storytelling and things like that actually do work on Facebook. Obviously there you have like with Facebook ads, but obviously you have to like properly target the niche and do those things. And we've actually seen that like one of the top creatives we have is done by one of like your TikTok Shop guys, Andrew. Basically it was very similar. Like the structure of the video was very TikTok Shoppy, and it actually converts extremely well on Facebook. So it's very like I would even say that it does better than organic videos. Like the organic style videos, they're with the controversy and with the reasons to go viral and trying hard to go viral. It's different because it's less converting than stuff like this. This is like if somebody watches like 20-30 seconds about how to get perfect skin, it sells them. It truly sells them. With organic, it's like kind of showing the product, and that's basically it.
Yeah, and I can tell you this stuff is converting like hell. It's completely crazy. It's really like this video. I mean, it's not my videos, by the way. I'm not revealing my accounts here. I'm not showing them at this point, but I know this video made like with 5 million views over $80,000 in revenue. This is unheard of for like most normal like short 15-20 seconds videos. Like. It's really crazy.
100%. And at this point, like, I mean, you made over 400K, something like that with AI content. People are still sleeping on it. Like, you got into it. And what was your thought process, even just seeing stuff like this? Because when I realized this is actually working, it was mind-blowing.
Yes, it was the same for me. Like my friend actually showed it to me, and I was shocked because I didn't even see it's AI. Like, and I didn't even think that I could be that good. That me, as like a 22-year-old could, like, I thought, okay, maybe like older people couldn't see the difference, but even me, like, I didn't realize. He told me, bro, that's not even a real person. Like, and I thought, wow, that kind of like made like click in my mind, Because the good thing about it is like you can be whoever you want, you can, the speaker. Otherwise, if I would make the video with my face and would promote, like a women's supplement, like that wouldn't work because I'm not the target audience. But with this stuff, you can be whoever you want. I can sell a probiotics for women today, and tomorrow sell something for a 60-year-old grandpa and just change the avatar. That's like, and that's when I thought, okay, like this stuff like has like huge potential.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the first times you actually started getting into it, did it instantly work? Did it take you some time? Like how's the process with AI for you?
As actually like it worked for like the first video got 1.5 million views. So like, it directly went viral like from the first video. But it was also, I was smart about it. Like I didn't go into
You were also good at organic. Like you already.
Yeah. I was, you know, it's not like you're going to like go out there now and like make the first video. It's like, you know, I already had a lot of strategies for organic. So I went into like unsaturated markets and like made the videos there first, and like first video went viral, did like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 with that video already directly. And yeah, from then on, it's just, I think it's usually like you will have like a learning phase of like 3-4 weeks until you actually get good at the thing. And especially it's not that much about the technical stuff. It's really about scripting and getting to understand how to script videos well. And that took me like probably over a month at least to get solid at that.
Maybe you can break that down a little bit. Maybe you can just like structure like a random video a little bit live, so we can see how you do it.
Let's say we're going to take a script from somewhere for the start. And I'm kind of like, I can kind of break that script down for you. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Also in the scripting process, how much AI are you using? Are you mainly focusing on ChatGPT stuff, or is it other?
There is like, there is a heavy amount of AI that we're using. So basically the whole process, let's say we're looking at this video, is often, you know, you take the script out of the video, with like certain websites, and then you do the translation in AI if you want to translate it to a different language, or just often you will have the case that you will take the script, but the script, the original that you take the inspiration from, is for a different supplement, right? Than from yours probably. So you have to like adapt the health angles from this script to your supplement. And that can just be literally done with AI. So I literally say like, change the supplement in the video to, I don't know, Shilajit, and make sure that the script still makes sense with the problem mentioned in the beginning. And then it literally, AI changes the whole thing. And this is, I know in your video you said you need to do it manually a lot also, like still, but I swear, like for these health scripts, I often just take it as it is and it's working. Like I just do like small changes, maybe like wording, you know, stuff, but not what it really says kind of. So if we go and check the script now, often we have a hook like
the number one most anti-inflammatory
the number one most anti-inflammatory food in the world isn't turmeric, it isn't ginger, and it isn't blueberries. So who is that like going to target? It's going to target people that have like that certain problem that's described here, right? So you always have this kind of problem, either if it's like weight loss or if it's, I don't know, joint pain, or you always have that often in the hook kind of. And then you make them curious by saying, oh, it's not what you think. And it's also not this. And it's also not that. So like, then what is it, right? That's often how the hook is structured. So you have this problem in the hook right here. And then you just make them more curious. Just 1 teaspoon of this food reduces it 60% more than the stuff that you already know. Because like turmeric and ginger are known are like anti-inflammatory, especially in that like, and that like target audience. And then you say it's even better than that. And it's been used for 1,000 years in Asia, but you've never heard about it in America. That even more just makes them more curious and more like, what is the superfood that you're like trying to hide from us kind of. And from then on, you kind of go into the actual, so you have the problem at the start, and then here you go into actually what does the supplement do? Why does it help? How does it help? It restores blood flow.
But you still don't reveal it. Like you
want there's like 2 ways. Also, like either you just reveal it in the end to get like high retention, or you can also reveal it in the body part. It's like depends on the script. Just never reveal it in the first like 3-4 sentences, because that would just like then they're kind of like again feeling like they're getting sold on. You don't really want that. Okay. Then here we have like the number one anti-inflammatory. Yeah, here it strengthens the heart. It restores blood flow. All the stuff that the customer is kind of looking for, or that cures the problems that he has. And then after that, you mention it. The ancient remedy is called beetroot. It does this, it does that. You basically just communicate the value of the product in the body part a lot, kind of explain it to him. And also do stuff like, oh, I've been recommending it to patients that are like 40, 50 years old. So kind of like testimonial stuff. So you have a hook with the problem. In the body part, you have kind of the solution as like the supplement. You're trying to make them curious. And then you have like a kind of a testimonial, or I've been using it for years and finally I'm able to sleep again. Or my patients are using it for years. Now they're finally able to sleep again. So you're just like trying to sell heavy on the product. And here it's also like 3 weeks, they come back later in tears thanking me. We really over exaggerate in these scripts, but that's just how the game is working, I guess. And yeah, that's kind of like the selling part from body to from like the starting to the body part. And in the end, after you've like communicated the value of the product, it really goes into like a hard selling part of the script. And that's really very standard on TikTok Shop. And it's very different from organic. You talk bad about competition. You say, oh, beetroot can never be found in the United States in good quality. They're all selling fake products. Luckily, I found the right company that sells like like a tested version, for example. And then you say also there is a discount going on right here, or like the brand usually sells out quickly. Just scarcity, speaking bad about competition, selling really heavily, and then the script is done pretty much.
Yeah. And it's also interesting how you can instantly see the very first part of the video could basically be talking about anything you want. Like if you see another competitor saying something else about some other product, that's basically like, if it's just in the same niche, you can literally take the same thing. And it's very easy to replicate.
Yeah. Also, it's in a different niche, by the way. Like I literally remade the script today for a whole different problem. This is like anti-inflammatory. I made it for like brain enhancement stuff for like nootropics. And I just said, change it up so it makes sense for like a brain enhancing supplement. And then it says the number one most brain enhancing food in the world is not like this, not that. It's like, you're targeting a whole different niche. You just put a prompt in ChatGPT and you have like a winning script again. That's how easy it is.
Yeah, no, it is insane. It is insane. Okay, so you have done a lot of that, and obviously you've taught a lot in the program as well. How was your experience generally being a coach in the program and helping the beginners, the more advanced people with like all these things?
I started that stuff like 2 years ago, roughly, maybe not exactly 2 years ago, when I was like 20. And I basically had like no network, no people that helped me and stuff. And it really always it opened like a lot of new doors for me. I just got to know like so many good people, so many people that already made a lot of revenue as well, right? If you like, usually you don't know a lot of people in real life that do the same things that you do. They're just all online, and that really came through the program. And all the teaching stuff, it became quite fulfilling for me. Even though it's kind of exhausting sometimes, but hearing from students that one thing that really stood out to me was like one guy, I think he was from Syria or something, and he was like really hustling hard, and then he made like 80K in like 1 month, and he said like, bro, I'm gonna take my family to Canada now. We're gonna go to a different country. I thought like, wow, that's like wow, like that's then he said like thank you to me, like as to like a 20-year-old kid. That's what I am in my mind, as like those moments, I don't really share them a lot, but that's really crazy in the program how much you can like help people and how thankful they also are. And that's the good thing. It all comes back to me now, because like whenever I need something now, like because I gave a lot of stuff, like everybody just does things for me, and so that's how I profit from it. But I guess that's just fair for like how much I gave to like other people.
100%. Like I've had like a very similar experience in terms of the value I usually get from the program is just the network and thankful advanced people. Like if you have a lot of advanced thankful people, it always is really, really beneficial, obviously.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say are the top mistakes that beginners do, and how do you kind of guide them in the right direction? Because I've actually had like a lot of really good feedback on you. Like in the case studies, a lot of people are saying how like you can explain stuff really well, especially when it comes to content. So what's your process of like helping them understanding what their mistakes are, etc.?
Maybe first, like I try to help people a lot, like mentally, because I think that's like the baseline for a lot of stuff. A lot of people are trying to like rush things too much. They get super excited at the beginning, 2 weeks in, we all know that, like the follow-up, right? So I'm just trying to like, get them into the right mindset often. And then when it comes to content, it's really just about like deep one-on-one call reviews and like breaking down videos and also showing examples. I feel like people learn the best with examples. You can explain them like a concept 100,000 times on a course, and like they will still do it wrong. So the one-on-one coaching is actually reviewing the videos and like breaking things down, just as I broke down that script here, even though it was a little bit fast. But if you break things down for people in that detail, and if you do like constant reviews, I think that's kind of, I can't really tell like a secret for that, but it's just That's kind of how it works. I just really wouldn't like for my brand that I'm now running, the whole mental game is like, it's more important than actually even teaching them what they do. Like if you, like for my brand now, I try to heavily just, tell, like be a role for people to help them, not only like in their, like to make me a lot of money or to like make them a lot of money, but also like to become the person that actually, you need to become a certain person to make a certain amount of money consistently, I think. And like to help them to become that person is kind of the thing that I try.
I would love to see like a broad statistic on people who actually tried. How many of those made it work? Like if people truly tried making dropshipping work for 1 year plus.
Yeah.
I would love to see like an entire world statistic, because it has to be 80% and up. It has like
sure.
truly try. It's almost impossible. Like you have to be stupid to fail.
I think you can say that. I think you can say that about like barely anything, probably. Like anything if you really like go 10 hours a day and you put your mind to something, and like that's by the way, 99.9% of people don't do that really. Like me included for like a long time in my life. By the way, I don't want to say I'm better, right? But if you do that, like you will be successful in whatever you do. And 100%. E-commerce is just a very good field to make a lot of money. So like, yeah,
that's the thing. Like you can become really good at whatever, and then being good at X is more valuable than being good at Y. And dropshipping is like a really valuable thing to be good at. Yeah. So I think it's just like in this area specifically, it's crazy how people think that it's like impossible or it's difficult or whatever. But in the end of the day, if you study for 5 years and you become really good at whatever you're studied, the reward is so much worse than if you actually tried with this. It's just like the vehicle. So yeah, and obviously you see that with like reflecting on all the students who actually do try. Now, on top of that, you also need knowing where to go, because I think what you just explained with like the scripting and just breaking videos down and stuff like that in a one-on-one call, it just shows you where to go, because it's almost impossible to guess where your issues are if nobody It's just like there's so much room for error in dropshipping. There's so many things you could do wrong. You do know where.
Yeah. Also, like I like to make the comparison, like look at school, right? Like you can think of school whatever you want, right? I also don't like it. But like, and if you like, let's say you go into the first grade and you want to learn mathematics, right? And like, imagine you need to like do that like without the teacher. Like, you just like, okay, I'm just going to try it. Oh, maybe this is 3 + 3. Maybe this, like, that's like, it's not really, I've tried that for 2 years before joining the coaching, and it's just so inefficient. Like, if you got nobody to guide you, like even now I try to like, whatever decision I make, now it's like a little bit of a different thing, maybe like major business decisions or something. What brand should I prioritize? But like I always ask you, or I always ask like Jacob mostly. Like this just, you always got to get somebody to guide you kind of.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I have people I ask. It just makes sense, because I know that I don't know everything. And the more you know, the more you understand you don't know everything. So the other thing I saw you doing really well is the whole translation, like the English to Spanish AI translation stuff. Maybe walk me through that strategy here as well.
Yeah. This is also really crazy, because with AI stuff, you can literally do like every language, even if I can't speak Spanish in this case. Okay. But like I have like over 2 million followers in a country of like, I'm not gonna mention it, but in a language that I can't speak. Like, it's like, so you can literally, ChatGPT translations are so crazy. I usually go like, translate the text to Spanish or whatever, and then like make it sound like a doctor said it. Make it sound like whoever you want to target, right? And then that just works super, super well. And you can always like transfer it back, change a certain thing in your own language, translate it back to the other language. You can literally do whatever language you want.
Now, would you recommend a beginner starting in the US? Would you recommend them starting in another country? Like, how would you go about it if you would start from scratch?
For AI content, I would say if you have TikTok shop in your own country, you should run it in your own country. Like first, that's it. Every country is easier than the US, because the US is the country that makes the most money, so most competition. I would advise all the people that can run in a different country to run a different country, and everybody that has to do US kind of do US. In the long run, if you've developed the skill, everybody should go to US, because that's where the actual money is at. But at the start, I like to get people into unsaturated markets to make them money, like the first 10K easy.
100%. Maybe give me a path of you start out from scratch. You're at zero.
Yeah.
How would you go about starting again with TikTok Shop affiliate to get to 10K profit a month?
I think just 10K profit a month with affiliate. I would probably go and like, of course, like if you have like mentoring, of course, like let's say that's like the baseline you already bought, like you already got some mentoring and stuff. Like you probably go into like an unsaturated market for like the first 2-3 weeks. And the thing about AI content is volume, like with everything kind of, so make probably 12 to 15 videos a day. That's also a good thing, by the way. The videos don't take that long because you don't need filming. You can push out 15 videos a day, literally. So full volume, 15 videos a day, 3-4 different markets that are unsaturated at the same time. Probably you're already gonna make 10K after that, actually, if you're smart. But like, and after that, I would like go to the US, and then like, but US is like, you would need like another month to get good at US because it's just so competitive there.
Mm-hmm. And when would you say is a good time to start your own TikTok shop? Like, obviously, when should you transition from affiliate to shop?
To like your own brand?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was like first I wanted to test the model as like an affiliate and like see how it works and stuff. Like you can only manage a brand if you can only teach people to do something if you can do it yourself. So you have to become like a really good affiliate. Probably I would say make like, I don't want to say a number there. Maybe like, I don't know. Maybe I started planning the brand after like 100K profit with like affiliate. I don't know if that's too high. Like that's kind of when I started, okay, now I'm going to make my own brand. And then, from then on, because you need like a lot of budget to keep up cash flow. And if you probably like, for a lot of people, it will be like a year in the journey, at least, I think. Like really, if you want to, and if you don't want to fuck up the brand and like, you don't have a network like mine, right? I have like a different, like, I'm not like, if you start out, you will probably need a year to even like get a network, get like good at it and stuff. And then you can think about the brand after maybe like 100K profit or something, I would say.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. And then I think when you have that, it's actually really doable to go multi-channel and have a brand, which you also have on Facebook, and it works.
Yes.
Because like, that's what I was saying earlier, Shop and Facebook, they go really well together. And this hybrid method. Yeah. Also, obviously, it works with organic as well. Don't get me wrong. But with organic, there's a lot of products which just like you have some different misconception of why it works, because it goes so viral and you get 100 million views on a video, and that's why you make your money. It doesn't work on Facebook. You pay for views, so it's like it's different. With Shop, the video style is so similar, and it just makes so much sense. And also the types of products which work are better on Facebook as well. Supplements are so good on Facebook as well. Yeah. So it's like a perfect combination. And that's where, in my opinion, the sellability comes in. Like you can actually exit stuff like that, where you have brand,
I literally had a call 3 days ago with one of the founder of the number one TikTok shop brand on the US. Like, I'm not gonna mention the name, but he like they made over $25 million in revenue in like 6 months on Shop. So like they were literally like number one. And like I had a call with him because we also made a lot of revenue for him, and he said the same thing. We're like, Shop, you gotta get Shop going. And like you get the first unit sold, and then you got to scale to Amazon. And like, there's like fall off traffic. When you go viral on Shop, there is fall off traffic. You get a good Amazon listing, and you just also have like, Amazon revenue. And then also like go into Facebook ads. So like the end goal, you get a good creator is the beginning point. You make the brand, then you go on Amazon and you go on Facebook, and then you have finally something that you can really sell to private equity for $5 million, $10 million, which is the end goal for everybody, I think, in e-commerce kind of, right? Usually.
Yeah. 100%. We already have a lot of like negotiations going for stuff like that. I can tell you a little bit later about that. But the interesting part about it is that you can actually divert into different things. And people they don't understand what to start with, and they're kind of confused on what the main thing should be. But it's more of a layering stuff on top of each other. It's like if you start with Shop, you're an affiliate in the beginning, then you make money and you become good at it. You build your own brand, you layer in Amazon,
They also think I feel like they also think it's like, okay, I'm an affiliate, I'm a creator. That's like what I feel like. Organic, you've explained it so much on the channel, everybody knows organic. With the new students, they think, is affiliate the right thing? Now I'm just a creator. Bro, like it's, first of all, the videos make 10 to 20K per million. So like you will make a shit ton of money with also 20-30% of revenue. That's the first thing. And the second thing is you learn a skill, what we just mentioned, where you can create an actual brand out of it. And you have to think long perspective, not, I want 60% margin. I just want, like the quick cash grab. You got to play the long game and actually like develop a skill that, you know, that you can scale up later. So I think that's just a big misconception at the moment.
100%, 100%. And I would say that it really depends on how much budget you have, what you start with. Like if you have a lot of budget, you can go Facebook directly, obviously. You can go shop directly. If you're just starting out from zero, I would rather go as an affiliate first, and it's the easiest thing to do. And like, it's a good point what you're saying. The margin doesn't matter. The money, like, what you want is how much money do I make per month? It's not how much percent of the entire pie do I get. It doesn't fucking matter. So as an affiliate, to get 20-30% of revenue, which by the way, is like 50% of the profit, but whatever, you don't have to worry about anything else. You just make the content and that's it. And that's why like over the last few months, we're pushing it pretty hard in the program. And you've obviously seen the crazy results you've also generated for the students. I think that over the next year, AI will take over even more, and it's going to get even crazier, and the whole thing is going to get out of control. And the place to be is knowing how to do AI stuff.
Yeah.
I think even with the AI stuff, there's also still a part with affiliate, which is showing your face. Like, definitely helps. So that's something also to consider on organic. You obviously don't, and with shop at this point you also don't have to, but it's still helpful. Like,
the talking stuff is crazy. Just like one quick thing about that, like if any like girl is watching this video, like not trying to say something sus now, like no, like, but if any girl is watching this video and you're from the US and you're a native speaker, literally like the talking stuff is insane. Like the girls that speak in videos, they make a different kind of money. Just wanted to mention that if that's you.
100%. 100%. You started out as a student in the program, you became a coach, and now you literally like dozens of people made 10 to 50K profit per month right now just because of you. How was your entire experience? Like, what was like the learning curve for you? And what would you say to somebody who is not in the program, what the main differences are in being in the program versus just doing it by yourself?
I like to make this comparison, you know, you like a program always costs money, but you have to consider the money that you lose if you do it on yourself and you just make 1,000 of mistakes, you know? So like that money is like uncomparable to the money that any program usually costs. So, I think that's a big thing. And, that's also just what I saw myself. I've tried it on my own for like, okay, it's already long ago right now, right? Like it's probably like 4 years ago when I really started out. I lost like $20,000 there. So like that was like, bro, tell me a program that costs $20,000 to just join it, like beginner stage. Like that would be crazy, right? So I think that's just the main difference. It just saves a lot of money for you in the end, I would say. And just you avoid all the trial and error thing, you know, like this just, I tried this out, it doesn't work. I tried this out. You will have to try 20 things out until one thing works. Or just one guy shows you what has worked for him because he's already there where you want to be. It's like, so it's as easy as that, I guess.
It's a very obvious thing. And like you losing the 20K, that was kind of best case scenario. You still made $100,000 revenue. And like that was just fucking up small things here and there, just like on scale. And if you're starting out doing mistakes, it's a really good thing you're saying here. The opportunity cost of not making money is so much higher than anything else. To this day, I still truly do not understand how anyone would even think they are capable of starting out by themselves and just making it work because there's something special. There's this next Steve Jobs. They're super, like what? It doesn't make sense. So if you're starting out right now, or if you're advanced already, it doesn't matter at which stage you are. It just makes sense to have a mentor. It literally is the thing which makes you the highest impact onto the entire journey. Like for me, for you, for basically everyone I know, there was a few key moments which changed everything. Yeah. And always being on a call, realizing, oh fuck, this is my main bottleneck. Thank you. Let me change this. And then everything blows up. It's always the same thing. Like from your perspective, you see it even more because you coach so many students in the program. Yeah. Well, it's just a no-brainer.
Yeah. And it's also like, I have a lot of these comparisons. It's also like, you know, people get like a coach for anything, literally anything in their life. Like if they want to study something, they get a teacher. If they want to learn to play guitar, they get a guitar, like a guitar teacher. Like, and then they want to like build $1 million brand, like, which is like way 1,000 times harder than just like playing a song on a guitar. And then they say, yeah, I'm going to make that myself. You know, that's kind of just doesn't make sense. I thought the same way, but just logically it doesn't make that much sense.
Literally. So if you're interested in joining this program, click the link below, sign up for a call. And yeah, like if you're also interested in doing the whole AI stuff, obviously you're going to have me, you're going to have Pepe and a bunch of other coaches in the program as well, who are going to just guide you through the entire process. The whole thing is a one-on-one thing where you're going to have one-on-one calls with the coaches and they just walk you through the progress itself. So click the link below and I will see you there.